What's up, guys? This is Codes.
Matthew Anthony here.
Hey guys, Anammer here.
Hi, my name's Golf.
Mac Vaughn here.
My name's Winter. Dom Kane. Bjorn Atkinson.
Julian Gray.
Christian Vance.
The Secrets.
DAWs. Protoculture.
Austin Hot.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to another Sonic Academy live show with me, Phil, and Chris. Chris.
Hello.
How's it going,
High
Chris?
five.
What's...
High five.
High five. High five.
Come on.
Which one? This one?
How many? Yeah.
That's hard to get
There you
that. It's weird being on the... because I'm on the wrong side. How are you, Chris?
Yeah.
What is happening in the world of Chris?
What is happening in the world of Chris? We have been filming all week.
We
have managed to
yes.
run up a video that has taken up 500
Gigabytes.
No, 500
gigabytes.
gigabytes of hard drive. Yesterday, we were shooting all day yesterday for Noobfest 2020.
Yes.
Which is our virtual beginners festival.
Yeah.
So yeah, what?
No, you can see it on screen.
What were we shooting yesterday, Phil? Which part of it?
Ooh.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! What? Explain this beautiful graphic.
So we have done a gear test on beginners gear stuff using all this stuff here. You can see in the photo we tested
What sort of stuff?
all the sound cards,
there?
Focusrite sound card,
PreSonus sound card,
and Behringer speakers, PreSonus speakers, and Yamaha HS5s, and a few controllers and stuff. It was actually really interesting. I was quite surprised at the quality of all of them, and you will hear the results of that sort of around that week, so that'll be interesting. And you can win all the stuff. Well, there'll be 3 prizes, so we'll have a first prize, a second prize, and a third prize. The first prize, are we allowed to announce what? No, there's no point in announcing that. I'll give away the what we thought was the best one. So there'll be a first, second, and third prize. Comprised
we put together what we think the system that we thought came out on top, and then the second best system, and then the third best system. We're going to give those away to 3 lucky winners. How we do that, we haven't kind of worked out yet. But stay tuned to our socials and stay tuned to Noobfest, which is it's a week-long festival of programs. So we're going to do beginner's guide, which will show you the first video of in this. So we've reshot that. We're doing gear tests. We're doing Top DAW.
Top DAW, that's a fun one.
That is, I got an email from, let me just read it out to you, from Protoculture this morning. He recorded his last night, and he said, bit of a disaster. I managed to add a kick and a clap.
What DAW was he using?
We've done, he was using FL Fruity Edition.
FL Fruity Edition, right.
So the idea behind that is we've given all our kind of experts DAWs that they don't use, and they've got an hour to try and do a set of challenges and see how they get on, and kind of putting them in the mind of somebody beginning and the challenges and stuff, and the dauntingness of how it all works out. So
yeah,
all
I
good.
was thinking of maybe doing another one. I was thinking of just doing another one on Reaper just to see what it's like, because a lot of people talk about it, and it is so sort of cheap and free. But it might be interesting to do it. I quite enjoyed doing the first one. You know, it was sort of interesting to just start from scratch and not have all the same sort of mind shortcuts that you have when you're in Ableton or something. You know, I tend to just do the same things. I have like a template set up with similar sounds, and you sometimes just get into doing the same things over and over again. I thought it was actually quite interesting getting into a new DAW and doing something, having to just have a different brain mindset of being in that place. So I try.
I have to do mine, and I am utterly dreading it. So I'm just not good with these sort of things. I just want to say hello to everyone on the chat. Sonar DJ, welcome along.
Yeah,
Dennis
ask him
Vandermeer,
what
welcome along.
mic
Rod,
I've got.
you've your SM7B.
Yeah, and actually I've got a new chain this week, so if it sounds super sexy, that's maybe because I updated my chain with some stuff.
Did you send me this chain? No, for mine.
That's the chain that you. I think I did send you that chain, did I not?
Yeah, let me just check if this is my chain. I'll
Hi.
just tell you.
Does it sound
Yeah, it is.
better than last week? Yeah, I just noticed
don't
in one of previous videos I sounded a wee bit scratchy.
Scratchy. Al, welcome along.
SM7B, yeah.
Potch. Bad Motivator. I like your name because I am a bad motivator. Al, when are we getting some new tracks? Please tell us. DJ Cool, welcome along. Some guy called Phil Johnson. Hello. Yes. So yeah, last week we had the big news of Ableton 11, Cubase 11. We also had a Logic update, but it was kind of a minor update. It was to get it in line with the Apple chip.
Yeah, Big Sur and the Apple chip. Yeah.
Yeah,
and we've had some benchmarks this week on the Apple chips, looking very good indeed.
Yeah, so the 13-inch MacBook Pro is kind of outperforming the 16-inch, the current 16-inch.
Look like legit feedback. I mean, I think it was KPMHD or whatever you call that guy, KPHD. I can't remember his name. Brownlee.
Brownlee, yeah.
Marcus Brownlee. Yeah, he said it was definitely stacked up to the performance figures on native apps like Logic, Final Cut, and it has me excited. I think it is an interesting proposition. You know, that Apple now have control of their own silicon, and they're not beholden to anyone to like wait for updates or whatever. They can just move as fast as they want to, and they've got huge resources to be able to hit the absolute cutting edge. So you never know. I mean, and me and Chris were talking during the week about, a mid-level Tower Mac. If they were ever to do one of those, I think it would sell a bucket load. I think there's so many people I know that are into audio that are using Hackintoshes, and they want something around that 1,500 quid to £2,000 sort of, like the old cheese graters. We talk about that all the time. Those cheese graters were about a couple of grand, and they were perfect.
Because you could just open the side, slip in a new hard drive, or slip in a graphics card, or PCI. We used PCI audio cards in those days. So that's all we want. It's just look, we will pay probably £3,000, 3.5 grand.
I'd like to pay £2,000. I think £2,000.
I know. Obviously,
I think they should make a system that you can put your own graphics card in and your own memory in, and
right. Well, memory they're not going to do, because that's going to be on the motherboard.
It doesn't have
that's
to be.
Going to be.
I mean.
But I think
PCI
that's kind
slot,
of
PCI memory slots are getting faster and faster, so it doesn't need to be on there. It can be wherever.
They do say that you don't. People are complaining because there's only 16 gig of memory, but because the memory is so fast and so getting addressed so quickly, you don't need as much.
You don't need as much. Yeah, and it can swap
as you
probably
say,
faster. I mean, now the SSD speeds and the M.2 drives that are closer to the actual chip, then you can swap the virtual memory files a lot quicker, and you probably don't need anywhere near as much memory, theoretically, I suppose.
So yeah, look, benchmarks single core. It is the fastest laptop in the range at the moment in single core. Multi, it's getting up there. So, and these are all the entry level. So they've done the Mac Mini, the Air, and the 13-inch MacBook Pro.
Do you know what I'd be really interested to find out is if you drop a comment in the comments section of what computers you're using. And how you find it. What computer do you use? How do you find it? And is it good enough for what you're doing?
Yeah. So are you on PC, on a Hackintosh, on a Mac Mini, laptop, iMac? Anybody in the world on the Mac Pro at 5Gs for the stupid Intel i3 dual core with 2 gigs of RAM? So yeah, let's know.
There's Deadly Custard. What kind of notice was that? Sorry, we've sort of changed the time slot to 4 o'clock.
He was on last week at 4 o'clock.
Oh, there you go. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, again, we're trying out this new time. Again, if it suits, let us know. If it doesn't suit, we will change it to suit you guys. We are beholden to you. In these times. So we've covered Big Sur is the other sort of big release. Don't update.
Yeah,
please don't update.
It's just not a good idea.
it's not a good idea, and we get loads of people going, "I've updated, and now my Waves plugins won't work." Don't update until everybody goes. Do
I
you know
heard
what?
of
It's
some
okay to update.
people that it was like auto updating on them, or it was doing some stuff, and
Bricking their whole
it wasn't
computer.
breaking anything, but it just updating, and then they weren't able to use some stuff. So
No, I've heard of computers being bricked. Quite a few, like 2014 MacBook Pros
Yeah?
are being bricked. Yeah, they're quite.
Great.
It's getting into a kind of getting into a loop. So I don't know what does Apple do there. Do you get a?
So we've got
they-
Dennis Vandermeer on a Windows 10 64GB RAM Ryzen 3950X. Good. It's good shot.
Good.
MacBook Pro 2016.
Rod Marconi's on a Mac Mini with upgraded RAM. Does that work, Rod? Is it any issues there? Is that good? Mary Kobe is on a MacBook Pro 2018. Sonair's on a 15-inch MacBook Pro. Bad Motivator's on a MacBook Pro 2019.
Quite a lot of MacBook Pros, isn't there?
Yeah. Do you need the MacBook Pro because portability, or is it do you want to be able to work in the house in the living room with headphones on?
I guess for us, we sort of came up when, as you said earlier, PCI sound cards were the thing, and that was kind of the only way you would get a really high quality one. But now with Thunderbolt, you can plug in a MacBook to anything really.
Yeah. So look, it's an interesting time. We've always cried out for a tower that you can stick in graphics cards, hard drives. You say RAM, I say I don't think you're going to get that. And attach monitors, 1, 2, or 3 monitors if you want them, and just to have a little bit of
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
options.
If you're, me being in the studio here, I like my big wide monitor. I don't think I could work off a. Well, I suppose I've done some stuff on my 16-inch. It's actually not too bad.
I went from 15-inch down to 13-inch, and I utterly regret it. Absolutely regret it. It's a small screen. It just puts you off.
Yeah.
And you open up, you open up Anna, and it's nearly taking up the whole screen. You're like, can't do this. So, but there you go. Most people, mainly for portability reasons, they have iMac 2. There you go. Look, and the other thing is, look, Macs last, don't they? I mean, this is a 7-year-old Mac, and it's still editing today 2 streams of 4K video in ProRes, and it's like, yeah, whatever, fine, no problem. So there you go.
There's no CPU on the market that can handle my project, sadly. How many tracks are you using in your project, and what have you got on it? Surely a Ryzen, one of the new Ryzen 5000 series with 32 cores would do it.
I mean, I didn't think this. Like, I've never crapped out this iMac 5K here.
I've 10 cores, and I've never had to think about freezing anything or.
Yeah, no, never worried. So please tell us what is in your projects.
Take a photo of your project and post it. Post us a link. I want to see it.
The other thing we're talking about with Alid, who is our new marketing guy. So if you're seeing lots of new posts and new graphics and stuff, it is to do with Alid. And we have to thank Will today for pulling out an edit within half an hour. So he said on the chat, "Can you please thank me?" There you go, Will. So yeah, he was asking, what are you doing to prepare yourself for lockdown exit? Are you using this time to go on Sonic and learn more stuff, to check out some new courses, or to go, you know what, I really need to know about techno now, I'm maybe a house producer, or what sort of tips?
I actually did start down the path of building a live set and doing visuals and stuff, with the intention of, like, when lockdown finished, having this amazing, like, big progressive trance set with my own visuals and stuff. I got about a track in, and I think, did I show you some of the visuals at one point?
No, I don't think it's individuals.
No.
I remember you were doing the live. I knew you had built a table behind you, and it was.
Yeah, no, I had at one stage I had the projector set up, and I had visuals, and it was running, and you could actually. So what was I using? I think is it something called Magic's Visualizer or something? You can create these like sort of algorithmic graphics, with various different things, but you can use you can send MIDI between them, so you can like have an extra lane on or an extra couple of lanes on your Ableton project that just has the MIDI in it, and you can like do weird stuff to the visuals live. I know, so when you switch scenes.
So are you manipulating a single visual with effects, or is it different visuals coming in through the MIDI?
You can kind of do both. So one of the things would have been like, so you could create, like, say, for example, a kaleidoscope. Say you had an image and then you created a kaleidoscope effect on that. You could, like, change the amount of iterations, and then I had like almost like a strobe thing that would like blend into the background of that, and that could like be different at different rates and stuff. So you could like match it all to the audio, and then it fills. You could go and then do stuff. It worked really well, and it was it's not Magic's audio. I think I'll probably have it on this computer somewhere. Let me see. What it's called.
I'll fill while Phil gets
You
distracted.
Phil. I know. Well, we're just talking about what you would do. This is a lot of people are wanting to do visuals, live sets. I think that is the perfect. Yeah, Magic. It's called Magic.
Just Magic.
Find.
I was going to actually. We were going to get Paul Hamill. We talked yesterday about getting Paul Hamill on because he owns a promo company that services all your records out. I wanted to know. Are people holding records back, so they can go out and gig, or is it actually just business as usual and radio plays come on?
Let me just show you this while we're not on the subject.
Okay.
So this is it, Magic Music Visuals, and you can get the free version. The free version is actually pretty good. You can do quite a lot with it. I think if you want the MIDI stuff, then you need the full version, but you can get it. I think you get a couple of weeks demo. Let's see. Demo videos. Let's see if there's any good.
Ugh. Do you know what that reminds me of? Do you remember iTunes 1? You used to have a visualizer and it would play to your music?
I mean, there is a lot of visualizer, basic stuff like that, but you can go.
Yeah.
It uses what's it called? QuickTime or QT. Oh no, what is it called? You can do
they're pretty cool.
That's good.
Waveform here. Yeah.
And these are all quite visualized. Yeah, the ones that I were doing weren't really that. I was using sort of more images and then manipulating the images and stuff.
Yeah.
These all seem to be sort of more just basic visualizations.
Yes,
there's stuff you can do that's more like kind of.
Yeah, cool. I like this. I'd be interested in looking at that.
It was really good fun. It was quite easy to set them up, and you can really go into great detail in doing stuff.
Yeah. There you go.
What's
so
that?
yeah,
Z Game Visualizer. What's Z Game Visualizers list? I want to just check out this I suppose we should talk about the Max Cooper one. That was awesome.
Yes, that's kind of last night. There's a festival normally goes on here in our hometown called the Ava Festival. Obviously went online or virtual, and Max Cooper did a live show from Carlisle Church last night, and loads of friends in WhatsApp group going to watch this, and it was brilliant. It was just the Phil's playing it now. You're going to show us. But just the integration of the visuals to his music. His music's really sort of John Hopkins-y and stuff. So it's just big screen, DJing, playing a live set, and the visuals over the top. I thought it was insanely good. So if you get a chance, go to Ava X Red Bull presents Max Cooper, and just have a look at it. It's really, really brilliant.
Yeah,
DJ Sonar watched it.
I'm getting really mesmerized. Can we just cut the live stream and I'll just watch this again?
It's something I've been wanting to talk about, like DJs in the middle of a field with decks and a generator just starting going I don't think cuts it. I kept seeing in my
more work
Facebook,
into it, I think, don't you?
I just see the DJs in weirder and weirder locations. There was one guy who was at the side of a dual carriageway at a tunnel.
Yeah,
it looked like a new and DJ was
with some spray graffiti in behind him. The classic.
I was just like, why are you there? This Max Cooper nailed it for me last night. It was kind of like I've had the TV on, had the sound turned up, was going, yeah, this has been an experience. This is something. So I would go and watch that. Yeah. So let us know if you're go and rewatch it after this. Everyone go and turn it up. And really, really enjoy it. I thought it was really cool. So that's kind of our roundup. Noob Fests. We're going to play you. What's VT1 today? I've forgotten.
VT1 today is Black Friday.
Oh, Black Friday starts. Right.
Where's Timmy?
Black Friday.
Oh, what about Timmy?
Hiya, Timmy. Welcome along, Timmy. We're taking a piss out of
That's,
Timmy's
that's
accent.
just so
He's not
inappropriate.
going to speak to me. He's not going to speak to me now. Yeah, Black Friday. Our sale starts on Monday and runs for the whole week until next Monday. So it's until Cyber Monday. I'm very nervous that I'll get all this right. So we're going to run an ad. It'll tell you everything we've got off. So if you want to grab yourself some bargains, you've been looking out for Kick, or if you're looking for Anna at a ridiculously low price,
Or a
it's
subscription,
available.
yeah. Here we
Or
go.
a
I'll
subscription.
run the ad.
Yeah.
Here we go. See, will I run the ad?
QVT.
Here we go. Black Friday. I love that track.
I'm just apologizing to Tim.
Oh man.
Yeah, the track is. Do you know what the track is?
Mescal Kids.
Mescal Kids. That's their tech trans course, and we have a new Mescal Kids course in production.
Oh,
So,
do we really? Yeah,
yeah.
I love that. It
Yeah.
was a really great course.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
good course.
No, and I mean the Mescal Kids, the guy behind Mescal Kids, what's his name? Totally escapes. He's producing a lot of brilliant stuff for big producers at the moment. So, yeah,
Yeah,
if you really
excellent
want,
stuff.
he knows what he's talking about. So somebody's asking when you getting the demo, Doctor.
Should we do it right now?
When do you think- Let's do it right now.
Okay, let's go. Demo.
Did we not? Hold on. Did we have a theme tune for this?
Used to go Demo Doctor.
Yeah, where'd that go? Demo Doctor.
Demo Doctor. Yeah, I'll have to get that back. I don't know. I deleted the project, so
Oh, okay. Okay.
oh, get rid of that.
Phil.
Get rid of that. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, demos. So we had a few demos in this week. We've got Dave Cox, Davey, DJ Cool, and Ocean Voices by Rod Marconi.
And Rod's in the chat. DJ Cool's in the chat. Dave Cox, I don't know. So there you go. So guys, yeah, get your demos in for next week. It is sonicacademy.com/live with lowercase. Is that correct, Phil?
Yep.
Yep. If somebody in the chat could, if one of the guys, Aled or Phil's, post a link to it, get your demos in. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So, first up, we have Dave.
Yeah.
Dave Cox.
Let's get it back to the start. Not the start. Why is it not? How do you get it back to the start? It's been a while.
I don't know.
It's been a while. Can everyone hear that okay? It's good being back on the old Demo Doctors, isn't it?
We haven't done this in a couple of months now. So everyone, let us know your comments when you're here. Have a listen. I'll keep quiet and you can check it out. Nice dark affair. Quite sparse, but there's still enough to hold my attention.
Yeah, the only thing I was sort of thinking maybe just a bit more of those sort of some more interesting effects, just sort of swirling about.
Scary noises.
Scary noises, yeah.
Like that bass,
Yeah.
the RP thing. It's nice and dark.
Yeah, I think the Wazik says it could get a more rolling rumble.
Yeah.
Just
I think he's right.
yeah, it's a balance though, isn't it? You don't want it too overpowering. Sounds quite balanced in here.
Nice arrangement as well. Gets a really interesting arrangement. Nice sort of drops and builds and.
I was yeah, it is.
I wish it was festival time.
What, sorry? Yeah.
Mark Anthony says festival. I wish it was festival time.
Yeah, I mean, we sort of talk about this quite a lot on the show, and it's something that I'm sort of certainly more keenly aware of is just originality in tracks. And is there enough originality in that for a DJ when they're like listening through it in either on Beatport or wherever, or for them to pick that to go that's a track that I want, you know? Is there something that's going to stand out, or is there something that's going to go, oh, I really want to play that out, you know? That, you know, the track sounds well mixed, the kick's in the right spot, it's got enough drive, you know, that wee riff's nice, but is it doing anything new? Is it pushing any boundaries? Is it trying anything different? You know, what is setting this track apart from hundreds and hundreds of other tracks out there?
I like the build here. I like the build. And he's developed the idea, which is nice. That's nice. That's kind of drop the bass. For me, Phil, yeah, the middle section was a bit nuts. You know, it wasn't a memorable middle section. Builds are nice. There's some brilliant arrangement ideas.
Like that riff, you know, you could have that riff
coming back in.
That riff opened up somewhere just when it's like, you know, you could create some sort of more, something scarier in the middle with a sort of sparse breakdown with that, and then, you know, like, you know, something sort of more dramatic, and, you know, you kind of have to push a bit harder to make bits more entertaining, or, you know, fill it with more content or more exciting content.
Where your mouse is, your pointer there, that whole section was just a little bit flat. I mean, and that's your main section.
Yeah.
You know, it just does that. You know, there's nothing.
You know, maybe get some percussion. You know what I mean? Something that's just gonna.
Yeah. But it's. I mean, it's highly produced. It's really highly produced. It sounds great. It's some really interesting arrangement stuff. Just again, it's maybe back to that last 10% sort of.
I don't know if I mentioned this before. I'm sure I have. I watched.
Used to be in a.
What?
Oh, yeah, I used to be in a band called. No.
No, I watched or listened to a podcast. I listened to Sean Carroll's podcast. It's a really good podcast if anyone's into sort of crazy stuff. And he had on, I can't remember the guy's name, Dave something anyway, and these are music psychologists, and they sort of analyzed like all the music ever in the world to sort of dissect what makes popular music more popular, and they sort of broke it down into, you know, the amount of repetition and the amount of comfort versus the amount of surprise and originality. And they reckon, you know, you need like at least 30% of things to be surprising to the listener for it to like keep you entertained. So I think that sort of feeds into this type of song, you've got this sort of, it sounds legitimate, it sounds like a proper techno track, the mix is nice, all the elements fit, but you need that extra bit that's going to surprise someone, that's doing something different, that's like original or cutting edge, or just pushing the boundaries a bit, or just doing something weird or odd that is just going to take it from being just another track to oh, did you hear that track that does that, or in this bit, or something unusual happens that you have to think about, or it makes you go, oh, what's going on there, So
Yeah.
I think
No,
I think that for me, that's the really difficult part. It takes a very long time to get to this point, and then when you're at this point and you can sort of like produce well, you know how to make music, you know how to arrange, you've got all the core elements that you need to actually be a good producer, pushing yourself to that extra next level to do something more unique or more original or find your sound. I think that's a really, really difficult thing to do. If I said you go and do something original to that track, you can't just go to the shelf of original things and pull a sample in. You have to sit and think maybe about a concept, or how, it takes a lot more thinking and sort of mulling over and trying stuff and experimenting, and there's a lot, it takes a longer time. So I don't know, it's a hard thing to do, but I think it is worth trying to push for something a bit more interesting and original and surprising. Do something odd, do something that's not normal. Be a bit brave to try things like that. Just my 2 cents. It's just a
2 cents. That was about £4.25.
Yeah.
No, it's the one thing I think you can't teach is how to be original. We can you can teach how to EQ.
You can't teach it, but I
stuff.
think you
can make people aware
I
of
think
it.
you need to make people aware and try and push people towards trying, more
Harder.
off the wall ideas, and just being bolder and being more original, I think.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more originality in everything. I think everything's becoming a bit samey and stale, and I think there's definitely room to be just push boundaries and
it gets harder and harder because the more music there is, the more things that have been done before, so it gets harder and harder as music progresses to come up with new and original ideas. But people do it. You do hear songs, you go, wow, listen, that's amazing.
Yeah. Cool. Dave, thank you very much for sending that in. Guys, if you want to send in your tracks, it's Sonic Academy, sonicacademy.com /, I'll try that again. sonicacademy.com/live. Here's a nice little uploader. We can get your tracks, get them in nice and early. Don't come on 5 minutes into the show going, can I send you my track? Because that ain't going to happen. So next we have...
Let's try Ocean Voices.
Ocean Voices. Who's this by, Philip?
This is by Rod Marconi.
Rod Marconi's on the chat. Welcome along, Rod. We will be kind.
I don't agree that big labels don't want you to be original. I'm going to have to stop this again. It's
It's
not about doing a completely mental track that no one wants to listen to. It's about, having the base fundamentals of your track, fitting with the genre, and the top part of it, some elements of, the top part being original, having some different skew or different idea, or like a breakdown to do something different. I'm not talking about like, instead of using a kick drum, you use a banana. You have your core stuff working as a dance track, and then just sort of some elements, that just are surprising or interesting and original. So I don't agree with that.
You've got them all riled up.
I know.
Poor Rod Marconi was going, they're going to play my track. They've stopped.
Sorry. Nice kick drum, nice hats. Oh, nice wee vocal. speeding that wee thing up. Just something that's a wee bit different, a bit surprising. It's nice. Did that pay off for you there?
It didn't.
No.
The bass is doing the right thing. It's just
It's mixed.
too.
Yeah, it's not mixed big enough.
Yeah, it's just too low as well as a sound.
You need that. Something needs to, you know. The clap is too weighty for me. I would filter out a lot of the low end on that and just have it more up a sort of higher frequency thing.
Again, this sounds like the intro still. And we're 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
Kind of need to be getting to the main. You know, this is still building. It does, Alex. Helix Home says in the chat, sounds like somebody's pushing the record.
I would maybe, you know, you really want to get the impact of that vocal.
Yeah.
I'd maybe sort of create more dynamic range in the track by just bringing more stuff back at that point.
Yeah, drop the hats as well.
Do we know where the vocal came from? Is Rod in the chat?
Can I take a white stab in the dark?
Rumble pack?
Splice? Yeah, that pitch bendy thing's now getting to me, Phil. Vocal loop cloud, yeah. Okay. There's too much just, you know, bass is 16th, hats are 16th, clap, you know, there's nothing.
Sort of drops, dies off a bit too much there as well.
Yeah, it feels just a bit empty and no.
I like the musicality of it though. I mean,
Yeah. What he has done is the music works really well with the vocal. You know, you've blended those two together.
yeah, I mean, I think you could get all this stuff way earlier in the track.
Yeah.
Like that bit there with the vocal sort of loops over is really nice.
And just bigger, you know, just want this ding, ding, you know, just more stuff happening, more perk.
Like this bit here, that could be the verse that's coming in way over there, just with the straight.
Yeah. More sound candy going on.
Yeah,
It's
I
literally,
mean, I would be
you know,
building by that first break. I would be building up to this section. You know, you want this section, you know, here.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
All that sort of love. Yeah, the tune definitely gets much better as it goes on.
Yeah.
Just get rid of all the boring stuff at the start. Let's get in.
Yeah,
So we, you,
I really love this section, and
Yeah.
I think, yeah, as we said, that just needs to be, building up to that around here. And then the bass line for me, I think it just needs more oomph. So I would
I'd like to hear some sort of
something a bit dark.
ear candy percussion, and
Yeah.
the hats are just too strict the whole way through. We need something different in there. A few other
I
loops
don't
happening
necessarily mind the because I think that it can be a thing, just the sort of solid 16 hats. It doesn't necessarily bother me, but I think, as you say, you would need some percussion in there, something to keep a groove up. And for me, the bass line is just going digga 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 digga. There needs to be, even if you layered sort of a more twangy bass in there, it's going something underneath to again give groove, or something that's driving it on. And another thing, we're talking about that sort of the originality, the how do you get sort of things sounding more interesting. And maybe if you heard that Max Cooper thing last night, and I noticed that when he was doing the stab bit at the start, the bit that's just like the chords, there was some sort of randomness on the timing. So they weren't just locked 16s, they were just a bit out every one, and it just gave it this sort of organic feel to it. And I think you could do that with those hats, just feel wise, and it doesn't have to be much. It can be a few milliseconds either way, and it just takes it away from being that super robotic sort of on the nose thing. So there's some.
Yeah, everyone agrees with me in the hats.
Well, I don't think it's a problem. I just think you need to humanize them a bit. But I would like to hear sort of percussion in there that's sort of interacting with those. But I think that I don't mind driving hats like that.
No, I'm not saying driving hat. Just I find I need something else in there, like even incidental percussion, or another some sort of loop, or just. I understand there was a track like Omina or something that just had this really it was a very simple track and had these driving hats. It was so simple, but the whole track relied on that simplistic, that really strict beat. Whereas that section where you're getting the swirling vocal and stuff, it immediately said to us that's where the track should be.
Yeah,
it should be that sort of big, more interesting, swirly, vocally thing.
Yeah,
get that section up early.
I know it can be scary. You can sort of think, okay, this is my best section. I want to sort of keep it for the payoff, but I think you just get your good stuff in early and then figure something else out for the breakdown, and it's okay. If you think of like how a Chemical Brothers track or a Prodigy track, it doesn't go like in a big ramp up like this. It has sections, and then sections go back to other sections, and there's a bridge in the middle, and you can maybe make your first chorus a bit bigger, or your second chorus a bit bigger than your first chorus by adding a couple of elements in, but it doesn't need to be a constant ramp up, as long as you got those elements there that are building drama and building tension.
So there you go. Thank you very much, Rod. He's really honoured to have us, privileged to have us listen.
We are privileged to listen to your track.
Yeah, we've a few more guys in. We've got Fat Monkey. We have got Ben Thieker. We have got John Sloan, who said, you're back. Weird timing, though. I'm supposed to be working. We're supposed to be at work, too, but don't tell anyone. Right.
Okay, let's go for another one.
Yeah, go ahead. This is DJ Cool, who's on the chat. So we've got a psych trance sort of vibe going, yeah? Yep.
That clap to me is poking out a bit much. It's sort of you kind of want it to be a bit more in the loop, or the kick needs to be a bit bigger.
I mean, psych trance, it's all about the effects, isn't it?
Does it make sense if I say everything that needs to be louder?
Psychoactive drug.
Except for the hats.
Okay. Yeah, the hats need to come down. I like that vocal. Very cool. Something needs to happen here. And it does.
You can't have a break and not introduce something else in afterwards.
It's against the law.
It is against the law. You will be fined £400.
When I was listening to music, some of my first impressions was that, even though it's electronic,
How do you feel about random crashes at the start of breaks? Would you be more of a
for some reason,
reverby kick guy or a?
I was a purveyor of the random crash.
I never liked the sound of a crash unless it had a kick under it. Did it have a kick?
John Castle, and guys who kind of used electronics early on, but also there was a primitive threat to them. We make a choice. It's interesting, like when you say
hats are just too loud.
Yeah, knock those hats down. I'm liking all the sound effects. I think it'll work. I think you can bring those up a bit.
Nice change there.
It fits together,
Psychoactive drug. Whose primary action is to alter cognition.
Yeah, it's still
Coming a bit meandering.
yeah,
Isn't it?
it doesn't feel like it's progressed as much. Is a 9-minute track or 9 minutes track still a thing?
Don't think so.
It's like that. The X-Files theme. Movie X-Files theme.
I think you could lose that whole section.
From here to just drop into that. Unless you're progressing things on more, I don't think there's any need to have it.
Somebody telling us on chat in Psychotrance it's okay to have 9 minutes.
Oh yeah?
Maybe. I don't know enough about the genre.
and guys who kind of used electronics early on, but also there was a primitive threat to them. I think we make the choice. It's interesting, like when we're setting up, when we're working on shit at the moment, we try mixing electronic sounds in with things, within triggering stuff. And it's more exciting when you're literally hitting shit. Yeah. And you can hear it. It's really cool. And
The vocal thing's just probably a little too random for me. And maybe
Yeah, I'm
like
trying to
hear
listen to what the vocal's saying.
So am I.
Psychoactive drug.
So I kind of like that bit, but
Yeah.
yeah. So definitely hi-hats could be brought in. I would bring the kick and get the bass and the kick sort of a bit fatter and bigger. How would you do that, Chris? If you had to fatten up those kicks, just about balancing the volume, is it really?
Well, balancing the volume and maybe EQing away, separating away from each other. If you go and watch, I think Activa and James Diamond, one of his courses at the start, he spends like 20 minutes showing you how to get the kick and bass just to sit and go down, to work together, and it's literally he walks in and goes
side course, yeah.
I think that James Diamond is the trance course, but there's psych elements in it. So yeah, he would that and there's an Activa course that definitely would show you how to get.
See if we can find those courses. James Diamond.
James Diamond. So and also I think who does a lot of psych trance is Protoculture as Shadow Chronicles. and he does a whole mixing course on mixing kick and bass.
Oh yeah, let's see. Is that
Oh,
a
yeah.
Shadow Chronicles course or?
Yeah, so do kick and bass. Yeah, try that. There's Psytrance. Try with
Psytrance with. There you go. Psytrance with.
Shadow Chronicles. There's two courses. Try kick and bass. Searching for that.
Let's hear this track.
Cytron followed building some effects, putting our drums together, mixing an arrangement of the track, and then final intermediate. But like I said, since this is a track that is
yeah.
And search for kick and bass on this site.
Bass.
Just type kick and bass.
for release.
Kick and bass.
There you go. Mixing kick and bass with Protoculture. A whole bloody course on it.
There you go.
There you go.
Let's
Introduction, visualization. See?
Valid.
Thank you, Will. Will send me the link.
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, if you asked me the question, how would I fatten up the kick and bass? I'd watch those courses
Go
first.
watch that course and figure out how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I noticed there just briefly from the playthrough that the sort of, you know, there's the kick, the bass, and the hats were sort of down in the mix a bit, but there was like a you know, that sort of acidy sort of thing that's sort of pinning it along. I think you could get something like that.
The other thing is 9-minute track. There was kind of two ideas. There was the main section and there was a drop down section. 9 minutes. You need a couple more ideas to happen to keep interest. I think if you're going to do 9 minutes, that's fine. But you need 3 or 4 ideas, changes, and you know to just rearrange things several times isn't going to cut it. I don't think.
Agreed. Need progression. Progress the.
Yeah.
Give more to the listener. Give more to the listener. Okay, so let's go to Davey with Baby. Bit of a lower tempo.
So this is club mix. What's a club? Is that somewhere people used to go and dance and listen to loud music?
You can get orange ones.
Oh yes.
So far so good.
Feel the funk here. Don't let us down here. Don't let us down, Dave. Baby!
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah. Bush's piano was a bit fatter. It was very light.
Especially at the start there, the piano sounded it needs more reverb. Pew!
Yeah. This is great. Cool stab.
Yeah, sounds good.
Maybe the bass is a little bit in your face.
No. Kind of like the bass in your face. Bass in your place, London. Place in your place. Like that.
Yeah, that's cool. All good?
Yep.
All staying
Again,
nice
it's
and fast?
just a bit, you know, bit out of the norm. It's sort of, there's some interesting things that just, I think, keep you interested.
That noise,
like.
cool.
Like that piano in the background.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Contender for track of the day.
Okay. That bit I would have maybe made a bit more out of that chord change. This doesn't work for me.
No.
I think I'd rather have just built up with the chords and done something with the chords and then just back onto the single.
Like the high strings, really nice. Okay. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, so
Thanks.
I just, the only bit that didn't work for me was the chord change with the bass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think just having the, the sort of paddy stuff and all that sort of ethereal stuff alongside that
break.
bass just detracts from the bass. You'd almost want to just build everything up and then just drop it right down to just the kick and that digga 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 digga. That's what I
It's
would
the
do.
juxtaposition between the floatiness of the piano and the chords,
Yeah.
and then as you say, the sort of the jackhammery bass line.
Yeah, and I think I would make.
really-
I really like the way that piano was sort of like it was either building up to something or building down to something. But when it actually changed chords, I'd want a bit more of an event here. Maybe everything.
Dun, dun.
Just make it more, a lift and a crash and a thing happening there, and then build that up. Just get it going crazy, and then just.
You need
And
to
then
milk
that I love that. I think get that up in the mix. And so you've just got that coming in at the end.
Yeah.
Do that.
It's a really,
and you'll sell
really-
at least 1 million copies. And Chris will
Probably
guarantee it.
Probably 4 million. Probably 4. You'll get at least 25 gazillion plays on Spotify.
Yeah. Do it.
There you go. So
That's it.
Is this track of the day?
That's track of the day.
Track of the day. So there you go. Thank you very much, Dave, for the BB Club Mix. Thank you to everyone who joined us today. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know about the time in the comments below. Is it weird? Is it good?
I think we've established that some people think it's weird and some people think it's good. What does it say? You're not gonna please all the people all the time.
You're just gonna please some
of
of
them people some of the time.
There you go. Guys, thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you all next week. If you want to get your demos in, get them into sonicacademy.com/live. Don't forget, Noobfest is coming up. Black Friday starts on Monday. Monday there is 40% off everything, 70% off Anna 2, and our cheapest ever subscription at under £50.
John Sloan says 7 p.m. was great because he could drink. Well, I suggest that you watch it again at 7 p.m. and have a drink.
John, 7 p.m. It was actually 8 p.m. John, and it was 8 p.m.
It was 8, yeah.
Was
He's maybe
it? So-
starting to drink. Maybe that's what the problem is, that he likes to drink an hour before.
Absolutely.
So that would mean it'd be like 3 o'clock. So he'd have to be like sneaking a flask into work.
Maybe people,
And then
Phil, maybe
the boss
people
would be
have,
like, John, you're smelling a bit funny today. Have you been drinking? And John's like, I'm watching Sonic and How to Be Live. It's early now.
maybe people have to drink to watch this.
I wish I was drunk.
Yeah, well, we're going to go off and get drunk. How about that?
I'm not. I'm going to go and have my dinner.
It's dinner time for Phil. So there you go. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, so Monday is Black Friday. First week of December is Noob Fest, and we're going to play you out with our latest preset pack for Anna 2.
And then we'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.